In this video, we're going to do a brief overview of the CSI Mobile by Carlson software, the user interface with regards to the store point screen. Store point screen is what we see here on the display, and it is used for mapping field data by CSI Mobile. So this is the main interface that the users will interact with. Just a quick overview of it. This is the screen where we do all of our measurements. Across the left side here, we have some standard zoom buttons. This allows us to zoom in or zoom out. This is a zoom to extents. Down here, the fourth one down is a zoom select, so we can put a box where we want to zoom. It zooms to it. This is an undo zoom. And then this box down here at the bottom, it opens up a new screen that allows us to change the options that what we see on the screen. So currently we have point number 1 with point number 2 up here. This is where the total station is. This is our back site up here at point number 2. But we don't see any elevation. We don't see any descriptions either on the screen. And this would all be adjusted in this bottom left corner. So if I select this, we can see here the only thing that's visible is the point ID. The elevation and descriptions are turned off. Our point symbols are used as dots. So if we want to change that to an X or a plus sign, we can change that here. We can also add our elevation and descriptions as well. And if we hit the green check and go back to our screen, we can see that the description here is set up, is used. The elevation is 0. In this case, the elevation is 5.09 feet. And that was measured reflectorlessly off of the total station. So that is an accurate height of the back site where it measured to. And also, if we want to change the size of the text, that can be done over here as well. We can change the font size to large, and then it becomes a little bit large. Becomes a little bit larger, I should say. I prefer it to be a smaller size, so I'll switch that back. One thing I'd like to point out, though, is if we turn all of these points off, you notice how they gray out. We come back to the main screen here, and we don't see any of those anymore. And to come back to turn them back on, being a CAD functionality, you actually have to hit thaw all first before we can select these. I prefer to have the point ID on at all times, and I prefer my points to be done as dots, not X's or pluses. That's just my personal preference. You can set this to however you want, though. Green check takes us back to the main menu. Across the bottom here, we see our next point number that we're going to shoot. This would be a description if we had one in there, and this is where our prism height is set. So I will set this to 7 in this case. Down the right side, we have our vehicle icon. This takes us to our vehicle database. The S is how we take a measurement. S is for shoot. M is if we wanted to move, and this does a traditional traverse. It's not a resection. This is a traverse. O is for a point offset. This allows us to shoot to a point to, let's say, the middle of a tree or a middle of an object that we otherwise cannot occupy. It starts that process of the point offset, which is not to be confused with the line offset, which is done during coding as we're shooting lines, and there'll be another video on this. C is a basic configure page, which we can open up. And since I'm not connected to the total station, it's going to have to connect first real quick. And it shows us just some basic information about configure. Most of this is already been set as a default upon startup. So we're just going to hit the green check and accept it. Also, you note that once it's connected to the total station, across the bottom here, we have a current azimuth reading. It's degrees, minutes, and seconds of which direction the total station is pointing. So if it was pointed due north, it would be 0. Our zenith is 89 degrees, 6 minutes, and 57 seconds, and that is the vertical angle that it's looking at. And we can see a blue line here, and that's the direction the total station's pointing. This allows us to identify where it is. If the prism was locked, or if the total station was locked onto a prism, this blue line will go away, and we'll see a triangle moving about the screen as the user would walk around the scene. Even so much as I start turning the total station, you can see how the line starts to move as I turn that. The azimuth at the bottom adjusts. The zenith changes as well as I move the prism up and down. We know that straight out is 90 degrees for the zenith, and straight up would be 0. Um, the final button down here at the bottom right corner is our total station setup. So if we want to get back to the total station setup, we can hit this button. And one thing that it allows us to do is remeasure a backsite. Now, I would caution any user for remeasuring a backsite. Unless you have a static backsite on a prism, we do not recommend remeasuring the backsite. And that does reset north if you do that. So if you remeasure backsite, you will readjust to where north is. So if you have 20 points and then you remeasure your backsite and you're not using a fixed prism on a tripod, your new north will be slightly off. So additional measurements will be slightly rotated from the original set of measurements. So please be very cautious of that. But remeasuring backsite is not recommended unless your prism is sitting on a tripod at your original backsite location. But that also allows us to get into the robotics tab, and this allows us to control the total station manually, the robotics, so we can manually turn it left and right. But this is where it can be done. Once again, this is something we're not going to cover in this tutorial. It's more just an overview. So I'll hit the X and get out of this. We do have a scale bar at the top of 9 feet. There's nothing we do to set the scale. This just adjusts to show us that what we're seeing on the screen, you see as I zoom out, as the scale changes. Just gives us a reference to what the scale is. The red X takes us to the main menu. This next button over here shows us that the prism is not tracking, meaning it's not actively shooting to a prism. When this line, the red line, goes away, that means the total station is constantly shooting, this being a robotic total station. And a non-robotic total station, this button is not present. This button here is to search for the prism. We can do a standard, a left, or a right search. But otherwise, if the prism is locked, or if the total station is locked onto a prism, this icon changes to a padlock, which would indicate that the total station is indeed locked onto it. Pressing it does start the search. However, since we are not connected to the total station at this point for video purposes, it's not going to allow that to happen. This is our prism option. This icon means that we're shooting to a prism. By pressing it once, it's going to make us shoot reflectorlessly, which we can then point the total station at whatever icon we want, or whatever option we want, I should say, and then take a measurement that way. Pressing this button here shows us that the laser is on. Pressing it toggles the laser on and off. And this button goes away as soon as I turn the prism back on. But I'm going to cancel this function as we're not connected to the total station and I do not have a prism set out. This is your battery as to regards of your data collector. So this is how much battery life you have. We're showing that we're in the store point screen. This icon here shows us we're shooting with a total station, which is different than from a GPS. And the red background shows that we're not connected to the total station. When it's yellow, it means it's connected, but it's not actively locked onto a prism. And if it's green, that means you're actively locked onto a prism and you're connected. The final option here is this badge. There is a drop down of options behind this badge, which we'll cover in a different video. But these are some quick function options that we can find out in the field without having to get into the main menu. And to make that go away, we just tap somewhere off the screen. And this is the overview of the CSI Mobile store point screen user interface. If you have any other questions, feel free to email us at deltavinnovationsinc.com or contact me by phone if you have that number. Love to create some more videos, answer any questions that you may have. I appreciate your time. Thank you.